We have now the law of exponents. So when we speak of integral exponents, positive integral exponents or n indicates the number of factors of base, that is, x raised to n is equals to x times x times x and so on. So with n factors of x. So we have base as x and the exponent is n. So we have here examples. The expression 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is written as 2 raised to 5 is equals to 32, where 2 is the base and 5 is the exponent. So here, ito yung expanded form. Okay? And then, so this is the exponential form. 2 raised to 5 is not 2 times 5. It is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, wherein yung 2, i-multiply mo siya ng 5 beses sa kanya sarili para makuha mo yung sagot. Okay? And then number 2, write 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 in exponential form and evaluate. So we have 3 raised to 4. Okay? 3 times 3 is 9. Times 3 is 27. Times 3 is 81. And then next, number 3. Expand the expression quantity of 3x squared raised to 3. So pag in-expand mo yan, tatlong 3x squared. Multiply, so we have 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27. And then, according to the law, when we are multiplying the variable, i-add natin yung exponents. So we have 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 2 is 6. So the answer is 27x raised to 6. So another examples, we have x raised to 8. So expanded form is, ayan, okay? X times 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 x. And then quantity of 2y square is equals to 2y times 2y. So we have 2 times 2 is 4. And then add natin exponent. Pag wala exponent, ibig sabihin may 1 yan, naka-raise sa 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. That's why the answer is 4y square. Next is negative 5x square quantity raised to 4. So, apat na negative 5x square. Number muna. So, we have negative 5 times negative 5 is positive 25. Times negative 5 is negative 125. And times negative 5 is positive 625. Then, add the exponents to 4, 6, 8. So, we have 625x raised to 8. Next example is we have quantity of 2y cube raised to 3. So, tatlong 2y cube. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. And then add natin exponents. So, 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 3 is 9. We have 8y raised to 9. And then for fraction naman, quantity of 1/4 raised to 4 is equals to 1/4 times 1/4 times 1/4 times 1/4. Pag nagmumultiply tayo ng fraction, multiply lahat ng numerators. So, 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. And then, multiply lahat ng denominators. 4 times 4 is 16. Times 4 is 64. Times 4 is 256. So, it is 1 over 256. The laws of rational exponents. So, if a is a real number and any positive integer is m and n, so we have here product of a power. 2 raised to 3 times 2 raised to 4 is equals to 2, and then i-add natin yung exponents. So, 3 plus 4 is 7. Kaya naging 2 raised to 7 na siya. Ngayon, we have to multiply 2 7 times by itself. So, we have 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 2 is 32, times 2 is 64, times 2 is 128. Next, number 2 is 3 raised to 2 times 3 raised to 4. Add the exponents. We have 2 plus 4 is 6. So, 3 raised to 6 is equals to 729. And number 3 is we have x raised to 3 times x raised to 5. So, this is equals to x raised to 3 plus 5 is x raised to 8 lang. Okay? Number 4, 5x cubed times 4x. So, we have 5 times 4 is 20, and then x. Add exponent, ito 3, this is 1, so 3 plus 1 is 4, 20x raised to 4. Number 5 is x cubed y squared times xy raised to 4. So, add natin exponent ng x. Ito 3, this one is y, so we have x raised to 4. And for y, we have 2, and then the other one is 4. So 2 plus 4 is 6. X raised to 4, y raised to 6. And then last, 3a squared times negative 5ab times 2b cubed. So we have to multiply the numbers or the coefficients. We have 3 times negative 5 is negative 15, times 2 is negative 30. For a, add the exponents. 2 is 1, so 3. So a cubed. And then b is, this is 1, this is 3. So we have b raised to 4. For power of a power, so we have x squared raised to 3 is x raised to 6. Quantity of a cubed raised to 5 is equals to a raised to 15. Ganon din ang value niyan pag in-expand ninyo. Okay, then quantity of y raised to 4 raised to 2 is equals to y raised to 8. Multiply lang yung exponents. Okay, power of a product. So we have quantity of 2 times 3 raised to 3. So expand natin, 2 raised to 3 times 3 raised to 3. Evaluate muna ang 2 raised to 3. That is 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. So 8 times 27 is 216. For number 2, quantity of AB raised to 3 is we have A cubed, B cubed. Quantity of 2x raised to 4 is we have 2 raised to 4, x raised to 4. 2 raised to 4 is 2 times 2, 4 times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. So we have 16x raised to 4. For power of a monomial, we have quantity of a squared, b cubed, raised to 2. This one, multiply lang ang exponent a raised to 4, and then 3 times 2 is 6, so b raised to 6. For number 2, quantity of 2m squared and cubed. So expand natin, 2 cubed, m squared, and then naka-raised to 3, and then we have n raised to 3. So we have the answer 8m raised to 6 n cubed. For number 3, we have 5x squared, y raised to 3, and then quantity raised to 4. So we have 5 times 5 is 25, times 5 is 125, times 5 ulit. Hanggang maka-apat is 625. So x is 2 times 4. Ayan, multiply natin. So we have x raised to 8. Pwede rin naman ang solution yung expanded. Y raised to 3, and then naka-raise sa 4. So we have 3 times 4 is y raised to 12. For the quotient of powers, we have number 1, a raised to 5 over a squared. So minus natin yung exponents, 5 minus 2 is 3. That's why we have a cubed. For number 2, m raised to 5, n raised to 4, over mn. So, ang exponent ng dalawang itong letters, dalawang variable ay 1. So, 5 minus 1 is 4. That's why we have m raised to 4. And for n, we have 4 minus 1 is 3. The answer is m raised to 4 n cubed. For number 3, 12x raised to 5, y raised to 4, over 3x squared, y cubed. So, i-divide muna natin ang coefficient. We have 12 divided by 3 is 4. For x, we have 5 minus 2, exponent, it is x cubed. For y, we have 4 minus 3 is y. So, we have 4x cubed y. So, power of a fraction, so quantity of a over b raised to m is equals to a raised to m over b raised to m, where b is not equals to 0 and m is a positive integer. And for simplifying exponential expressions, so exponential expressions are said to be in simplest form if, number 1, all the exponents are positive. Number 2, there are no powers of powers. Number 3, each base appears only once. And number 4, all fractions are in simplest form.